No one gives a shit about your struggles. No one gives a shit how hard you have it. And to be completely honest, you don't have it that hard. You're watching this shit on YouTube. You didn't have to search for clean water to drink today. You didn't have to go out and get lucky to find a meal today. So let's get real about how hard shit really is. What's hard is actually doing something about it. I hope that you understand that every single person that you look at, every single person that you admire, every single person that you aspire to be like is literally just a regular human being like you that has worked their ass off. Lots of people have it harder than you. Lots of people have much bigger obstacles than you, and lots of those same have done exactly what you want to do and done it better and taken it further than you. When you sit there and talk about how hard you have it and how hard things are and how hard you're struggling, realize that no one gives a unless you're doing something to overcome it. You know who has a plan B? That lose. That's a fact, okay? Every single person that wins big, every single person that you look at, every single person that you're inspired by, every single person that you aspire to be like, they only have one plan, and that is they are gonna win or they are gonna die trying, okay? All these people out there talking about, oh, well, if that doesn't work out, I'll just go back to this, which happens to be their miserable life they have now. Those people always lose, and I'll tell you why. There's a real easy reason to understand. Because the people who go all in and leave themselves no other option but success, those people are dedicating all their skills, all their resources, all their energy into producing a specific outcome. And if you're competing against someone who's going all in with every resource they have, and you're only going half in because you're half in and you're half out, guess what? You're gonna lose. So you guys out there with your plan B mentality, you need to take that shit, crumple it up, and set it on fire, because all it's gonna get you is more of what you already have. The real problem, which by the way, no one ever talks about, is that everywhere we look at society, we celebrate victimhood. We are no longer celebrating people who put in the work. We are no longer celebrating people who overcome. Instead, we are celebrating people who have the saddest story. Well, let me tell you something, guys. You can compete for that your entire life and nobody's gonna bring you a thing except a couple likes and a couple comments that people don't mean. The real winners are still and always will be the people who aren't immune from obstacles, but instead see obstacles as an opportunity to get better. They see this as the path to winning, and they are right. If you're sitting there at home and you're posting sad story after sad story after sad story, realize that that's all you're ever gonna have. And I would suggest that instead of seeing life through the perspective of who's going to be the biggest winner of the losers, start being who's going to be the biggest winner, because it shows people, the people who are coming after you in this life, what's possible. Most people never succeed in life because they're waiting for conditions to be perfect. They're waiting for the sun to shine, the temperature to be right, all the stars to align, and then have some sort of sign that tells them to go. And I'm here to tell you guys that will never happen. Conditions will never be perfect. Things will never align. There will always be a reason for you to put off what should be done right now for a later time. That is a success and life truth. Things are always gonna be off. You're never gonna have to do something. You're always gonna be able to find a reason as to put it off. That's what people do that lose. Winners are gonna go regardless of what the circumstances are, and losers are always gonna wait until the perfect time. And you understand that the perfect time will never come, which is why they never become any. You are going to have days that are hard. You are going to have days where you don't wanna do what needs to be done. You are going to have days where you would literally rather die than do what you're supposed to do. You'd rather stay in bed all day. I get it, dude. I am no different than anybody who performs on a high level is no different. The only difference is that the work gets done regardless of the circumstances. And the point that I really want you guys to understand today, it's always hardest and most difficult right before the good shit. Okay, you've all heard the saying, it's always darkest before the dawn. That is a truth. And that's not just a truth in this program, it's a truth in your journey of life, in your pursuit of success, in your pursuit of winning whatever it is that you're trying to win. Today might be really fucking hard for you. Today might be one of those days where you have to push through consciously, literally every minute of your day. We all have the days where literally every single moment is a conscious push, is a forceful action. And those days really aren't that fun. But let me tell you guys, those are the days that build you. Those are the days that make you strong. Those are the days that your success and your future and your dreams are built upon. So cherish those days, those difficult, hard days. Learn to appreciate them, because everything else great in your life is going to be built off of those days. And the benefit is, right after those days, you're gonna have a little bit of sunshine. That little bit of sunshine might last for a day, might last for a week. Stay focused, stay committed, don't compromise, don't cut corners, and when you have to, force yourself through. You're gonna be thankful that you did. Tell me one thing in your life that is great that came as a result of being comfortable. Because everywhere I look and everywhere I see in today's society, everybody's doing everything they can to be more comfortable. They're looking for the more convenience. They're looking for the quicker. They're looking for the faster. And see, there's opportunity in that for those of you that want to get better. Because I'm going to tell you right now, all the great things in my life, all the great things in other high achievers' lives, all the reasons that these successful people that you look up to, that you aspire to be like, are the way they are, have all come from a place of being uncomfortable. That's just a fact, okay? So understand that when you're trying to avoid the pain, when you're trying to avoid the struggle, when you're trying to avoid the hard things in life, you are actively choosing to be average. You are actively choosing to be mediocre, and you are actively choosing to move further away from what you want in life. Because that hardship and that pain and that struggle and that frustration, they give you the skills that will forge you into a champion. All right, so remember that shit when you try to take the easy route. The easy route never pays well. The only route in life that pays well is the hard route, the struggle, the pain, the frustration, and the overcoming of those things, the adversity, the struggle, the hard times, the difficult things, the frustration. Those are the things that create our skill sets. Those are the lessons that we learn that give us the skills to then put the skills into play and produce a better life. And if you think about it, it makes sense why we avoid the adversity, right? Like why we run from it. Our whole lives are all, taught around convenience, quick, easy, fast fix. Every piece of marketing that we see out there is about results now. And the truth of the matter is life just doesn't work that way, guys. It's not a realistic way of thinking. There's not one thing that's great in your life that you got without having to push through something, all right? Name me one thing, like one thing that you're super proud of, that you're super enthusiastic about, that you are super prideful about, that you didn't have to earn. We live in a world right now that celebrates victimhood. It's a competition now about who has the biggest challenges, not who's overcome the biggest challenges. And I'm going to tell you right now, the world is going to reward people who overcome the challenges. So when you see everybody else working to make their life easier, more convenient, basically looking to cut all the hard things out of their life, we could talk about and whine about and cry about everything in our lives, but there's only one thing that's going to change it, and that's actually taking action towards the place that you want to go. This is always going to be true. What you put in will produce the output.